correlation coefficient. Let x1 and x2 till xn be the n values of x and y1, y2 till yn be the y values of y, n values of y. Now what? We find the arithmetic mean of x and y. So x bar is equal to summation of x by summation of n, and y bar is equal to summation of y by summation of n. Now the variances are then given as sigma square x is equal to summation of x minus x bar the whole square by n, which is equal to summation of x square by n minus x bar the whole square. Then sigma square y, which is the variance of y, is given by summation of y minus y bar the whole square by n, which is equal to summation of y square by n minus of y bar square. Now the standard deviation of x and y respectively are the positive square root of their variances, which is given by sigma x is equal to root over of sigma square x, which is the variance, and sigma y, which is the standard deviation of y, is equal to the variance square root of the variance, which is square root of sigma square y. Now covariance of x and y are then given as cov xy is equal to summation of x minus x bar into y minus y bar by n, which is equal to summation of x y by n. Now what happens here? We find that x is equal to x minus of x bar and y is equal to y minus of y bar are the deviations of the ith value. Now what happens here? We will understand about the variance. So variance and standard deviation measures of dispersions in statistics. So it measures the dispersions in statistics, variance and standard deviation. Now they both tell us the data values are spread from the mean value. Now variance, it measures the average of the squared deviations between the data value and the mean. Variance measures the average of the squared differences between each data value and the mean, while the standard deviation, so it is the square root of the variance. So we have done this and it is expressed in the similar units as the data. Now sign of the covariance between x and y determines what? The sign of the correlation of coefficient. Now what happens? These are the points to remember. Next is what? The product moment correlation or the Karl Pearson's measure of correlation is given by, so we understand the formula of calculation. So we know that it is denoted by R. So R is equal to summation of xy by n into what? Sigma of x and sigma of y. That means the standard deviations of x and y. And R is then equal to what? Summation of x minus of x bar into y minus of y bar by root over of summation of x minus of x bar the whole square into root over of summation of y minus y bar the whole square. Again R we break down into, and we get that R as value is what it is equal to summation of xy minus of summation of x into summation of y by n divided by what? Root over of summation of x square minus summation of x square by n into root over of summation of y square minus summation of y square by n. So R ultimately we get it as n into summation of xy minus summation of x into summation of y by root over of n into summation of x square minus in bracket summation of x the whole square and into root over of n summation of y square minus summation of y bar the whole square. So we get the values of R or the product moment correlation coefficient or the Karl Pearson's correlation coefficient in this way. Now next what we will do? We will find what? The properties. Now we find the properties of the correlation coefficient. So what are the properties here? We find that R has the unit value. It is a pure number. Then it has a negative value which indicates that it has an inverse relationship. Positive value which means it has that both the variables move in the same direction. Values of correlation coefficient lies between -1 and +1. So R lies between -1 and +1. The magnitude of R is unaffected by the change of origin and the change of the scale. Now next we will do one more thing, which is, given the two variables of x and y, let us define two variables as u is equal to x minus of a by b and v is equal to y minus of c by d, where a and c are assumed mean of x and y and b and d are what? They are the common factors of the same sign. So we have found out here the variables x and y, and what there are the two new variables, which is u and v. Now what we will do, we will understand the value that r xy is equal to r uv. That means the correlation coefficient of r xy is equal to r of uv, or the correlation coefficient of uv. So here we get it here, that then rxy is equal to ruv. When r is equal to 0, the variables are uncorrelated, so no linear relationship exists between the values. When r is equal to 1 or r is equal to -1, the correlation coefficient is perfect and exact linear relationship exists. High value of r is strong linear relationship, where low value of r indicates weak linear relationship among the variables. So these are the three, like we will understand the value of r as 0, 1 or -1. Accordingly, it will be what kind of relationship exists between the variables. So in this way, we understand the Karl-Pearson's correlation coefficient or the product moment correlation coefficient. Thank you.